Have you ever pondered what might be the most defining moments in our world's history? Picture this: the dawn of the 20th century. A world where empires still hold sway, and the concept of a global community is but a distant dream. There's a brewing tension, a tinderbox waiting for a spark, and that spark? The assassination of Archduke Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary, a shot that echoed around the world. As we plunge into the depths of World War I, we find ourselves amidst nations drawn into a conflict of unprecedented scale. A war that spanned continents, involved major powers: Britain, France, Russia on one side, Germany, Austria-Hungary, and the Ottoman Empire on the other. The world had never seen a war like this. A war that changed the very fabric of society. A war that left indelible scars on the global landscape. So, World War I set the stage for much of the 20th century, but it was only the beginning. Just 2 decades after the war to end all wars, the world found itself in conflict again. But why? In the wake of the Great War, we see political landscapes shifting drastically. The rise of dictators driven by nationalistic fervor began to take shape. Leaders like Hitler in Germany, Mussolini in Italy, and Stalin in the Soviet Union seized power, promising to restore their nation's former glory. Economic struggles played a significant role too. The Great Depression of the 30s left nations reeling, creating a fertile ground for these leaders to plant seeds of conflict. And then, there were brewing tensions, territorial disputes, broken treaties, and power dynamics that were far from settled. World War II was a war of unfathomable scale, marked by horrific atrocities. It ended with the dropping of atomic bombs, introducing a new era of warfare. World War II reshaped the world in ways we are still feeling today, but the story doesn't end there. In the aftermath of 2 world wars, how has the world evolved in the last 80 years? The answer to this question lies in a series of complex events and transformations. Following the wars, the United Nations was created, an organization that sought to maintain international peace and foster cooperation among nations. Then came the Cold War, a period marked by political and military tension between the Western Bloc and the Eastern Bloc. A silent war of ideologies, it significantly influenced the global political landscape. Parallel to these events, the rise of technology began to shape the world. From the first television broadcast to the birth of the internet, technology has redefined how we communicate and interact. Fast forward to recent times, the war on terror and the global pandemic have further marked our history. These events have not only shaped our political and social landscapes, but also have deeply impacted our cultural ethos. As we stand on the brink of a new era, we are informed by the past but not defined by it. So, what can we glean from this brief journey through world history? Our journey through the epochs reveals the interconnected web of events that have shaped the world as we know it today. From the dawn of the 20th century, we saw how the world was set aflame twice, in 2 great wars that forever altered the course of human history. These events were not isolated but rather deeply intertwined, shaping the geopolitical landscape of the modern world. In the aftermath, we've witnessed the emergence of new powers, the fall of old empires, and the rise of globalization. The world has grown smaller, yet more complex, with each passing decade. Understanding our history is not merely an academic exercise but a lens through which we can better navigate the present and anticipate the future. History serves as a poignant reminder of our triumphs, our follies, and the enduring spirit of humanity. As we look to the future, we carry the lessons of our past with us, shaping a world that we hope learns from its history.